everybody, welcome to Review Time with iSlip. I am iSlip, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Power of the Prime's leader class, Rodimus Prime. I got him at my local Walmart. He was sitting on the shelf all by his little lonesome, with no Optimus to be seen. Sad face. I got most of the other Power of the Prime's figures, so they'll be coming soon. I wanted to get him out the way first because it's Rodimus Prime. When's the last time we got a full Rodimus Prime? We got the Masterpiece Rodimus Prime, and as good as it looked, it wasn't. I got the United States version, the American version, and it wasn't complete. It was just a hot rod with two faces and slightly extending whatchamacallits. And then we got a few hot rods in between, and Masterpiece hot rod last year. Or was it the year before? Which was great, with the exception of the shoulders, but everything else was great. So we got this guy, and comes in this nice box. All the conversion steps. The pictures make the plastic out to look more like it's one colored plastic. It's two colors of red. If you want to see the bio, here we go. There's the bio. Transforms in 28 steps. And we're going to go ahead and get this out the way. And this is what comes in the box, aside from your instruction sheet, which is actually really nice and very helpful this time. You also get a greeting card. You get a collector's card, which it's okay. I mean, I'm not into that. And the one thing I have noticed with the Power of the Primes, I noticed this when I picked up the complete box of the Wave 1 Deluxes, is that most of the figures seem to come with either one or another card. So it'll be the same figure but with a different power to it, like it's a card game or something. I don't know. I don't really care. I have the cards. They look nice. They're in a drawer in that direction, and that's pretty much where they're going to stay. So we get, in the box, we actually get him in his Rodimus Prime configuration, but I figured I'd start all the way at the bottom and work my way up. We've got the Hot Rod car, which looks pretty nice. It looks, this is very evocative of the G1 toy. And this is honestly a really good looking hot rod. We've had some good looking hot rods before. In the Generations line, we had the Classics hot rod. That thing looked great. When it transformed, it was a little chunky, but otherwise it was great. This thing's pretty cool too. This is pretty nice. It could use a little more paintwork, and the whatchamacallits don't go all the way down, but that's due to transformation. If you turn it over, it's just Rodimus hanging out there, this is how the G1 basically looked. The arms flipped out to the side, so they were always there, and the legs were they were crunched in more, but you could tell they were the legs. This has got some stickers on it, which harkens back to the G1s. I mean, this one looks already like it's starting to peel. That one looks like it's starting to peel already. So, yeah. There's some nice, not picked out details. But this is a really nice card. There's a few gaps in it. Hello, how are you doing? But otherwise, it's pretty nice. Does this open up? This doesn't open up. You can't flip it open without opening this piece first. Actually, you can't flip it open because that's what's connected to the back. But it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice looking. Let's get this out of the way and bring out the Titans Returns version. And I gotta say, I like this better. The plastics, the red is not as candy bright as this is. It looks like the same on the camera, but it's not the same shade. They also went with a more it's a less glossy look, so this looks less like this looks like almost like knockoff plastic. This looks much better. So they're roughly this. Well, the new hot rod is a little bit longer. I was going to use my other hot rod. I got it repro label stickered up, but I just wanted to give a honest look. You cannot put the weapons on this part of the figure, unfortunately. Whereas you can use his weapons on here, but that's okay. And yeah, let's keep it moving. So we're gonna go ahead and transform him into his hot rod mode and into hot rod. We'll transform him into his robot mode. That's what we're trying to look for. Let's see. So what is the first thing we want to do? Let's come over here and move these. Take these and plug these up like this. I like how they swing out and up. That's actually pretty nice. Pull these out a little bit. Everything tabs in really nicely. Let's see, what else are we gonna do? We're gonna untab the legs. This part I don't like that much because it tabs in. It's a secure tab. It's secure tabbing system. Basically, you're gonna pull this down and out because it plugs in. If you look, you can see there's a tab here and a tab here. This tab goes into this peg here. This tab up here goes to that peg and it secures it, but I just don't like that I have to, you know, like I have to, you know, jam it in. I don't like that. I don't like that. I have to put pressure on it like that. The plastic, honestly, doesn't feel as good as plastics they used to use in the past. I mean, it's a good plastic, but it's that plastic they use now where it has some flex to it, but it's just, I don't know, it feels off to me. So anyway, we got that. Let's see. Okay, we'll pull these open to pull out the feet. I actually haven't done this part yet. I've transformed them into robot mode, but I haven't actually pulled out the feet before. So, actually, no, I haven't transformed them into robot mode. This is my first time. So I'm doing pretty good without the instructions, but it's the same basic transformation that you've always gotten with this guy. So, with some minor tweaks. Let's see. These are in here really tight. Honestly, this is really tight. So you're pulling like this. So it only goes out this much. I'm so used to the other transformation where the arms are like so far out, which is one thing I hate about the new Rodimus C's. Let's see. This pops open, and we rotate this piece around, I believe. Pull it up and then rotate it around. Pull it up, rotate it around, push it back in. Make sure the arms are out of the way and close that back up. And we are almost done. And now we just have to get this piece properly transformed. So we turn it around like this, and there we go. Oh, I hate this part. They tab in, and let's hold on. All right, there we go. All right, because they kind of hook tab in right here. I don't know how well that's showing up, but it's a little difficult to get it out. You have to make me look like a liar. Okay. Well, it was until I pulled it out the first time. But in any case, there we have our hot rod. Let me adjust the camera and zoom out a little bit. And for the most part, he looks really good. He looks, honestly, he looks better than the what is it? The Masterpiece one, if I'm honest. The only problem I have is this piece here. I wish this could fold up, but this is where, if you look underneath, it clips in by the windshield. So that's the pivoting point. So you can't really do anything about that. That said, though, he is a nice figure. He is a very nice figure. Take a good look. That is probably one of the best Rodimus Prime heads Rodimus Prime Hot Rod heads, I should say. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting which mode I'm in. we have ever gotten. The chest is great, and it even manages to, it's not by much, but it does manage to have where it comes out, which is a complaint that the a lot of people had with the hot rod for the Masterpiece, where it went straight on down. It didn't have any kind of contours to it. So yeah, I mean, this looks pretty darn good. There is a fair range of posability. You got your almost 360 at the shoulders. Actually, you do have 360 if you move this around. Let's see, what else? You have bicep curl here. You also have a curl there. I think that's more for transformation into the super bot mode, the Rodimus Prime mode. But you've got two elbows to work with, so you don't even really have to do too much. I mean, you got that. Let's see. We have a ball jointed shoulder, so it goes in and out. Ball jointed at the elbow, so we've got that range. No hand articulation. The hand is just one piece. It doesn't turn or anything. No waist. Nope, no waist. We have legs that go all the way to the side. You move the flap, they go all, nope, they don't go all the way to the front. I was going to say they go all the way to the front, but they don't even go to the front. They get hit on that thing. So there's really not much of a point to that. They bend either way at the knee. I was going to say elbow. And for transformation purposes, you do have a bend there. And the feet pivot, that's pretty nice that they pivot. They don't go side to side, they just go forward and backwards, but that's nice. And as far as going back, this is all you're going to get. So you can kind of get them in a running pose. You can get them in a running pose, actually, if you wanted to. Zoom back out. You can get them in a running pose if you wanted to. Just put some blue tack on that foot. And but that's as far as his run is going to be. Although he is a super duper futuristic sports car, so why would he need to run? Oh, and the head rotates side to side, and that's it. It doesn't wiggly waggly. So let's go ahead and bring in his predecessor. I don't have the G1 version, and my Classics version is put away. So Titan's Return is where we're going to have to just go with it. I'm just going to go with the default, vanilla version of the hot rod mold. Oh, before I forget, let's show off. He can hold his Rodimus weapons. I don't know if he had two guns. I can't remember if he had two guns or just one gun in the cartoon, but he's got them. I'm not sure they're the right color. I think they were a silver or a gray color. But he's got his weapons. He holds them fairly nicely. They look pretty decent. And yeah, we're going to leave him there. I don't know why he looks like he's like limping or something. Like one leg must not have the feet proper. And do I have you all tipped? Yeah, okay, there we go. So let's take the weapons out. They're definitely better than what we got with the Titan's Return. Okay, stand you here. And then we've got the Titan's Return figure, and that is pretty much night and day. This is a mess. I mean, it is what it is, but like the shoulders are too far out. He looks goofy. He looks goofy in every way. And in the cartoon, when he transforms into his car mode, he looks like the car mode. When he transforms into this mode, he looks more like this guy. Whatever. But yeah, you can see they hit all the cues. The only thing that this guy's got over this guy is that he doesn't have a butt flap. But otherwise, in every way and shape, this guy is the superior one. Let's go ahead and take this out, and we'll throw in RC. Now, I don't know why I have it in my head that RC and Rodimus should have been together, but it is what it is. I think they were probably more like brother and sister, but I don't know. So there we have the blur mode, the standard Titans Return height for deluxes, and you can see he is pretty close. He's pretty darn big. He's like in between deluxe and a Voyager. Let me just grab a Voyager real quick. Come on. He is. Hold on a second. Get this guy tidied up. Let's move you out of the way. Okay, and there he is. And actually, I think that is a great height differential for them. I know Rodimus was shorter. Rodimus actually might have been a little bit Hot Rod. I should say might have been a little bit shorter than that in comparison to Megatron. But if you want to recreate the old scene, this is a pretty decent way to do it. So we'll get him out of the way, and let's go ahead and we're gonna turn him back into his vehicle mode for the next part. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the Winnebago mode, for lack of a better word. So let's go ahead and take this, pull this up, and this is pretty neat. I like this transformation. I just wish, again, my only real gripe is that this doesn't slide up farther, so that we could get a non-butt flappy hindrance. I mean, that's just a little strange. So this goes up here. This goes up there. Okay, and this all plugs in. This all tabs in very nicely. I like that. Let's put the feet away. We don't need you now. Feet go away here. Then we go and bring this back out. And here we go, where we have to rotate the legs this way. Make sure we get everything lined up so we can turn it and slide it in. Again, turn you and slide you in. Still not a big fan of that, but it is what it is. And then that's where we're gonna leave it. Actually, are we gonna unpeg this? Well, this is where we're gonna leave it for now. I did forget to point out that there is some paint splotches from the silver. It's unfortunate, but at least they went with silver. It's nice that they went with silver and not a gray plastic. So we'll move them to the side for now. Actually, we won't move them to the side because we've got this part is already done up the way it's supposed to be. I originally did have an issue getting this clip to clip in here. Just make sure everything is lined up correctly. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get the clips in, and you'll end up popping the wheels off. The wheels are, as you can see, they're just these little, I don't even know what those are. They come right out. So I'll take this. Well, I think we open this up for now. We'll see what we're doing. Bring this in. This tab here will tab into that slot there. And I believe this tabs into a bunch of crap here. So I've only done this once and not very, what is the word? Successfully. Like, I had issues with stuff not lining up correctly. Let's see. So, and then this goes, that'll go in and lock in there, but basically this is how it's going to look. Let me see if I can get this working. And here's the weird thing. I actually found a few years ago a clip where Rodimus Prime transforms into the robot, and what happens is literally hot rod drives out of the Winnebago, and the Winnebago just does its little disappearing act like Prime's thing did. His Winnebago didn't become his legs like in all the other cartoons. It just backed up and drove away. And I was like, what? And it was literally hot rod drove right out of it and turned into the Rodimus Prime portion. So, okay, there we go. There's that. That should. Okay, there we go. That plugged in right there. And this is over here. And we just get you. Okay, you're plugged in as far as you're gonna go. So I just gotta get you clipped in. Come on. And there. And then this turns and it just turns. It doesn't even really look like it connects. It just kind of. Am I missing something? I think I'm missing something. That should go over. Okay. And this, see, it doesn't want to stay together, and that is a problem for me because I'm trying to line everything up, and when I line one thing up, another thing pops out. I don't really enjoy that, but otherwise though, you get a fairly decent looking Rodimus Prime Winnebago. So that's actually where we're gonna go with that, and it looks okay. This part is a little bit longer than it should be, but considering that it took them how many years, 30 years to figure out how to make a Rodimus Prime that actually it's all in one. That's pretty nice. That's pretty good. It's a pretty decent size too. Let's see. I don't have anything in. Well, I'll just go ahead and lay a. Whoops! I'll put it right next to it. There you can see a deluxe robot standing next to it. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. It's not my most favorite mode, just on how fiddly it is to get everything together. But it's pretty decent. I'm actually happy that they were able to incorporate it, even if it's not, flawless. Like it's got the wing spoiler sticking out the side. I wonder if it looks like they kind of took a few cues from Fans Project, if I'm honest, with the Winnebago mode. But other than that, let's go ahead and get this transformed into, before I forget, you can take the weapons, and there are holes at the top. You can plug them in at the top if you want to. That is totally a thing you can do. If you want to take a Titan Master and stand them up at the top, again, there are Titan Master pegs all over the place. You can do that. And there are even ports here so that you can attach something to it that works with that peg system. Let's see. Yep. See, look. Yeah. There's that, and I've unpegged them, but that's okay because we have to unpeg them anyway to get them to the next mode. You have to take them out. Take that out, and we're going to move this to the side, and we're going to hold on a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to take this, we're going to make sure that these silver bits are unpegged. Get them out of the way for now. We're going to flip these completely over. We're going to take these pieces here and bring them down for now. And we're going to unpeg them from the bottom, and they peg in. These pegs here go right here, and again, a little bit of well, not actually, I was going to say sloppy paint. A little bit where the paint didn't quite get over where it needed to. So some of that orange spills over. You're going to take these bits here and these bits, just, whoops, explode out. They kind of clip in. They don't really clip in, but they fit in, and they just kind of, and you pull them out, pull them up and out. Don't pull them out this way because you'll never get them out. Pull them up and out. Split these. Flip these pieces over. Flip these pieces over. Make sure you got these straightened out. And you're done for the moment. You put these to the side. Take this, and now you want to split this around like this for the moment. Not all the way over. They don't fold all the way over. Hold on a second. They don't fold all the way over. And you're going to take this, and there's a double hinge here. You're going to flip this over twice and plug that in. Turn this around. I see a lot of videos where people have it facing up. Just turn it around. It goes down here. It doesn't hide anywhere, and the backpack is kind of atrocious, but I can deal with that because I don't usually have my figures facing away from me. So, and then you're going to take these bits, and they just straighten out to form the legs. Make sure you take these and fold them out. When you get it out the box, it's not going to be folded out. I put it down, and it immediately fell backwards, and I couldn't figure out why. And that's it. And you're done with the bottom piece. Oh, and unpeg it. And you're done with the bottom piece. You can just stand it there for now. So actually, we'll just move it off to the side. You're going to take this piece here and just leave the tailpipes. If you had them in the Rodimus vehicle mode, the Winnebago mode, just leave the side vent pipes, whatever these things are, where they are. If you had them in his regular vehicle mode, take them from this position and fold them into this position. Unpeg them from the bottom. Okay, and just unpeg it for the moment because now we have to get this piece to bend all the way around, and then you can plug it back together again. That's the easiest way to do it. You can probably do it without it if you're better at this than I am. But so then what you're going to do is you're going to take this here. You're going to separate them. Pull it down. Make sure you're doing it the right way. Pull it down, tilt it like that, and it'll come right out. Just put them to the side for now. Flip this down and then around like so, and then, well, actually no, leave it the way it was. Leave it the way it was. And you're going to take this piece and you're going to bend it here and fold it over, and there is your head reveal. Take these bits, and we want to rotate them that way. We'll rotate them that way. And flip them over, and they will click in, and then rotate them around. Do the same thing here. Flip this down, click in, rotate around. Rotate it around so that the screws aren't facing forward. Okay, so that you have something that looks like this. There we go. So it looks like this. And then what you're going to do is this orange clip here will go right into there. So you're just going to slide it down. You can do it like this with it open. Just slide it down until you get it where it needs to go. Ouch. try that again. Okay. Slide it there, and it plugs right in. And then you can close this up. And then we have to readjust the camera a little bit. You fold that up, and then you just have to take the arm bits and clip them on. So let's see. You stick them. They are, see, there are these clips, and they will clip into these little things here. They are very secure. So it's hard to put them on and hard to take them off, but at least they are very secure. There's no real chance of them falling out. Hopefully, because of the plastic's flexibility and give, that means that it won't break. If it was a harder plastic, I'm pretty sure it would break. That's the only good thing about the plastic, is that when it has to use clips, it won't break. And there you have your Rodimus Prime. And he is okay. He is definitely got a presence about him. He looks, for the most part, good until you get to this part here, and as long as you're not looking at the sides here and seeing his hands just kind of there. We'll go over articulation really quickly. His head turns left and right. It doesn't go all the way around because it hits these little bits here. Hits those little bits here. It doesn't go up and down. I mean, you can kind of get a little down. You can fudge a little down because of the transformation, but it's not really meant to do that. The arms can do this because these are actually the thighs of the smaller robot. They rotate all the way around. The arms bend here at the elbow. Let's see. They do rotate. They did account for a rotation there. There's no thigh rotation. Let's move this out of the way. Legs can go out. Let's back up. Legs can go out that far. They can only go that far back because of the backpack. There's not really much you can do. I mean, if you open the backpack up, then you can get the full all the way back, but it looks dumb. You move the flap up, and then you can get full all the way forward. And let's see, there is an upper thigh rotation, bends at the knee, and the feet do pivot forward and back, and they also have a side to side, so you can get some decent poses out of it. Now, there is that glaring elephant in the room, and somebody may make a fix for it, but till then, there is a temporary fix that I saw either on Twitter or on YouTube. I wish I could remember the person's name, because I like to give them credit. I think we should give more people in the community who come up with these sort of fixes a little more credit, because it helps out. It helps out with the robot mode for some of the flawed figures. And anyway, in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to pull Hot Rod back off for the moment. You're going to put the arms or legs or whatever you want to call them like this. You just want to collapse them in just enough to get them out of the way, and then put these up like so, and then bring the arms back out and adjust at the same time. Bring the arms back out and adjust, and that actually helps out a little bit. It gives them sort of a, I don't know, frill or a collar, but it helps cover up those unsightly thighs. So it definitely helps out a lot. It definitely helps out a lot. So then what you want to do is you want to put your Rodimus Prime back together again. Let's he says as C. Yep, there we go. You put it back together again and adjust them a bit. Let's see, are we in the camera? And yeah, I think that helps out quite a bit. It does limit your articulation up and down. You can, oh, there's really nothing you can do about it. You might be able to even extend these out, but then that is, well, I don't know. But it doesn't cover, well, it covers it up enough. And then you do get your up back a little bit so that he doesn't look so out of sorts. Okay. But then it covers up the thing too much. It's spoiler. So I'm just gonna leave it down. And it does give him, you know, it gives him a little bit more coverage, and it does help with his presence. I like the way he looks. And then you just take his gun, flip it back together again, and whoops, give it to him. It does fit in his arms. If you decide you want to, you can use this peg here and this slot here to hang it off this back. And yeah. I also forgot he's got wrist rotation. So you can kind of get them in some almost dynamic poses. You could get them into better poses without the little pieces sticking up, the fan mode pieces up, but then you have bits showing that shouldn't. At least this way, because it's turned around, you don't see the little Rodimus hands. You don't see the thighs. And you still see part of the spoiler. He is bulkier than the cartoon model. But, I mean, he's merged with a whole Winnebago. So, I mean, I think we can forgive that. I think this is not a bad figure. It's not a bad figure. It's a little frustrating, and it does have some shortcomings, but for the most part, it's not a bad figure. And, of course, you can put the Matrix of Leadership inside. Let's take a look at the Matrix for a moment. Oh, wrong way. There we go. So it's okay. It is okay. It's all plastic. Too bad they didn't go with like a goldish plastic here. They just went with yellow, but it is what it is. And this little piece in the middle pops out. So you've got your little actual Matrix. This is just a holder, and it's just basically a Prime Master. That's what do you call it? A Titan Master. So you can just attach it the same as it. You don't have a left-right articulation, but you can attach it as a head if you want to. It's a little tight, but it's the. So you can do that. If you want to, you can take a Titan Master and slide it in here. You can slide it in there, so if you want, you can have some sort of inception thing going on. So you can do that if you want to. And it'll fit in his chest that way. So we'll go ahead and get this together. We'll go ahead and get our Rodimus Prime. And what you want to do is you want to take this piece and flip it all the way up. You might end up unpegging it. That's okay. And then this just slides, and you can see there's a groove at the bottom for this little nub. You just slide it in, push it in, and there you have your Matrix. And to pull it out, just pinch. I'll show you. If you look, there are two little clips sticking out here. You just pinch that and pull it. You don't pinch it, you just grab it by there. You can use your nails or whatever and pull it out. And we'll go ahead and stick that back in there so I don't lose it later on. You can adjust these how you like. You can have them tilted back, have them straight up. It'll actually work either way. Straight up will let you move your arms in so they don't look so sad. In like this, actually in like this. Well, that'll work the same too. So, oh, didn't take a look at his new face. His new face is perfect. That is a perfect Rodimus Prime face. It makes him look older, but not too old. It makes him look like Hot Rod grew up. So, let's go ahead and get some size comparisons in. Here he is with a Voyager figure, so you can see how much bigger he is. He's almost the size of a, what do you call it? Masterpiece full-size figure. Let's get his head on with his body. Talking about the Titan Returns version of, oops, I had it and the darn guy, there we go. So here he is with his Titans Returns, so you can get an idea of how much bigger he is. He is massive. I mean, he's not just taller, he is massive. He bulked out quite a bit. And with his little sister or love interest, depending on how you see it. Here is with RC, who is about the size of the first wave of Titans Returns figures. So there you go. That said, I do like this figure. I'm not necessarily on the fence that I'm not necessarily regretting that I got him, because I don't regret that, but I can't really say that he is a must-have. If you've already got all other Rodimus Primes and Hot Rods, then you may not need them. I'll definitely say for the look, the Hot Rod figure is hands down the best looking one we've gotten so far. As far as the Rodimus Prime, I don't know why they did this, why they went with a darker maroon and a regular red. I kind of wish the whole thing would have been maroon, if I'm honest, or all red. I think maroon would have made it look a little more adult in the Rodimus Prime version, but I'm not sure it would work so well in the Hot Rod version. That said, though, this guy is awesome. I don't regret having him. I don't regret plunking down when I plunked down for him. For me, this was a great purchase. For the average Transformers fan, if you need a Rodimus Prime and you don't have one, this will be a good one. I can't necessarily recommend the Masterpiece Rodimus, even though it looks more like the animation model. You have to worry about the fragility of it. My Masterpiece Hot Rod / Rodimus Men's, he spent 99% of his time that I've owned him in my closet in his packaging. He's one of the few that I've saved the packaging for because I know how prone to snapping he is. Kind of wish I would have brought him out to meet this guy. But that said, I do like this figure. I like this figure. He's a pretty good figure. He's chunky. I don't think he's going to break. You know, I have a few worries, but if I'm honest, it didn't feel like they were going to break. That's just me being concerned because I am an oaf. I am clumsy. He does have a bit of a backpack. He does. The kibble had to go somewhere. A few more flaps, though, and it could have been a much better thing and less kibble-tastic, but he's mostly going to be from this side, and from here it doesn't look that bad. Not at all. It really doesn't. That said, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. I gotta watch my words because the person to tell you to like and subscribe. That ain't me. You do what you want. But if you watched the video and you enjoyed it, I'm happy that you did. And if you didn't, oh, I'm sorry that you didn't. Either way, I hope this was informative and you got something useful out of it. That said, I am iSlip. Ciao.